Yes, we are live. Here we go. Summer is coming to a close. It's Parlay Friday. It is August 19th. Everyone, how are we feeling today? I'm Steve Armato, back with my guy, Anthony Saccone. Today we are going to talk about AFC West futures. Where is the value? And let's get it started here. Before we get into that, Ant, how are you doing this fine, lovely morning?
We're doing good on this fine Friday morning. I shouldn't say hit. I lost on a really tough parlay in the Mets and Phillies game last week. It was the DeGrom Nola game. Of course, ended in 1-0. Guess when that run came? It came in the first inning because why wouldn't it? I was, revisiting some old college friends, a couple guys getting their master's degrees. Shout out to them. We were all riding the bet. And, of course, it wasn't meant to be. But you know what? Better than ever for this week and onward and upward. So let's have a week.
I did a TikTok about this that it didn't set the world on fire. A lot of comments, though. The Nerfy it doesn't take any skill to bet a Nerfy. It's the worst bet in baseball. It's the worst bet in sports. It's basically a Super Bowl coin toss bet. It's fun. If you're at the game, it's fun. If you're with your boys, it's fun. But it's actually less than 50-50 because Yerfies are hitting at 54% this season. That's my take. It's a dumb bet. So there you go. Sometimes you just get burned. While we're on the baseball topic, it happened on Saturday last week. So I haven't talked about it yet. Fernando Tatis Jr. tested positive for PEDs. Says it was ringworm. I mean, could happen to anyone, right? Ringworm. It's whatever. That's definitely not true. But what do we think about this whole thing here?
I mean, it definitely deflates the rest of the Padres season. Like, they're not going anywhere. They weren't even – I mean, we were, questioning the Padres even if he was coming back 2 weeks ago when they got Soto, when all the deals they made at the deadline went down. Now you lose who you were going to get back, who would have been your best player, and your leadoff hitter and shortstop cornerstone. For 80 games, though, that's bad, man. And, I mean, now he's only, 23 years old. So maybe in, 8-10 years, we can maybe forgive him and his legacy won't be completely tarnished. But I'm guessing Hall of Fame odds are out of the question now. But he's still so young, so it's not like a Robbie Cano where it's like you're always going to remember Cano for the steroids or A-Rod later in his career. It happened to Tatis young, and this is, honestly, the first time we've seen a guy so young get banned, I feel like. So it's kind of crazy.
It's not going to matter. If he's good, it's not going to matter. I don't want to hear about that. The thing is, they pick and choose what steroid guys they want to allow in, right? Because Pudge gets in, right? So Pudge gets in, definitely a steroid guy. David Ortiz, first ballot, definitely a steroid guy. So I don't even care anymore. They should let them all in. Bonds should be in. A-Rod should be in. They should all be in. Whatever it is. I don't think, here's my opinion, steroids do not help you hit a baseball, okay? You still have to see it and hit it 98 miles an hour. You still got to see it, square it up, and hit it. It might help you hit it a little bit further. It doesn't help your hand-eye coordination. Sorry, that's what I'm going to say about that, regardless of the situation here. He's an idiot because, if you're look, if you're going to take stuff, whatever it is, just say, all right, I took it. I made a mistake. Don't say, oh, I had ringworm. I got a haircut. And I was enough with this.
Says down to his knees.
Yeah, I went for a haircut. I got whatever it is. It's nonsense. It's a terrible argument or whatever, terrible excuse. Just say, yeah, I did it. I'm sorry. I'll be back a quarter of the way through next season, and then you could judge me after that. Just say that. That's all I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear about all this other nonsense. All right. I heard someone. There's a guy on TikTok I started following. Quack Takes with Tommy. I think he said he thinks that the Padres traded for Soto because they knew that Tatis was going to get banged for steroids. There might hold some water to that one.
Could be, man. I mean, I'm sure they were, on a daily updates with their superstar player. I mean, this guy, they owe him $300 million over the next 10, 13 years, whatever it is. So, yeah, you could definitely understand if there was of course, there was communication during his rehab with the team back and forth. So maybe, and then also, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a pretty decent package that they sent for Soto, as in they didn't, blow the farm up completely, and they still got a superstar cornerstone outfielder. So I don't think they gave up a crazy amount of talent for him, but that could be a reason. The defense case could hold water, as they say in My Cousin Vinny. I get it.
The thing is, too, as I'm thinking about this, right, I just feel like, as I sit here and think about it a little bit more, I feel like there's no like they got Brandon Drury too, right? So they got a utility guy. They got Soto. They went out and did some things, but now you can't. This contract is not looking good. 14 years, 350. He fell off a motorcycle and broke his wrist. That's why he was out, and now he gets banged for steroids. This contract is not off to a good start.
It's not off to a good start, but to say it's a bust or anything, that's a bit much because, dude, it's like year 2. He has 12 years left to prove himself, or 11 and a half if you want to get technical. But if he balls out for, I'd say even 9 or anywhere from 7 to 9 of those 11 remaining years, then it's a fine contract. And if you win, of course.
But you don't give a guy who's only played a half a season a contract like this. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Funny Book Man 2 says the Padres are never going to win a World Series with Soto or Tatis. I can't disagree with you because I don't think their pitching staff is that good. So there you go. Spend the money on the pitching. That's it. That's what needs to happen. And that's the bottom line. All right. So now let's move off baseball and move into football. It is Parlay Friday. It is August 19th. We're going to start with AFC West futures. Where is the value here? Let's lay it out for everybody. Chiefs plus 155, Chargers plus 240, Broncos plus 260, Raiders plus 700. I'm going to start here. There's value all over this one. All right.
Yes.
You could realistically place a future bet on every single team if you do the correct math and you end up making some money. For me, I'm going Chargers plus 240. I think we see Herbert take a big step this season. I think they upgraded in the areas that they needed on the defensive end. They got Khalil Mack to go. They got Khalil Mack. He's across from Bosa. So there, that's fantastic up front. Then they added to the secondary as well. This team's going to be good, right? This team's going to be good, especially if Herbert takes that step. I expect that to happen here. I think the Chiefs losing Tyreek Hill is going to be a lot bigger than people think. If you watch their offense last year when he was hurt, not good without him. He does things to that offense that he makes you know what it is? He opens up room for Kelsey. Now the other receivers are going to have to make plays. I don't have faith in Juju. I don't think Juju's that good. Juju is a number 2, maybe number 3 receiver at best. That's my opinion on him. And then finally, my favorite bet in the entire division. Anthony doesn't like this one, but I like this one. This is my favorite bet in the entire division. I'm taking the Broncos to miss the playoffs, plus 120, okay? I don't think Russell Wilson is what he used to be. I don't think the rest of the team is that good. I like the Chargers better than them. I like the Raiders better than them. I like the Chiefs better than them. Fourth place in this division isn't going to get it done. So plus 120 for them to miss the playoffs is my play here. And also Chargers plus 240 to win the division. I'll stop rambling. Anthony, you could go.
Yeah, I don't hate the Broncos pick because I agree. I mean, I wouldn't take them to win the division because, like you, I do think the Chargers will ultimately win this division. And a 20-cent difference between the Chargers and the Broncos, and when I think the Chargers are going to win the division, I'm not putting that on the Broncos. However, plus 700. How about those last place, potentially, Las Vegas Raiders? I mean, 10-7, playoff team a year ago. What did they do? They go out, they get Chandler Jones, one of the best edge rushers in football, to go on the other side of Max Crosby, who was almost Defensive Player of the Year last year. And then on offense, who do they get? How about in my opinion, the best receiver in football, Devontae Adams, to pair with Derek Carr, and you have Darren Waller, who missed most of last year with injury. If he's healthy, you have them two with Josh Jacobs, who just is a straight downhill runner, and of course Hunter Renfrow, who's an absolute stud. Looks the furthest thing from an elite NFL football wide receiver, but he is an absolute stud. So that offense could be an absolute juggernaut. I like what the Raiders got going on in Las Vegas, and at plus 700, maybe they don't win this division, but to me, it's worth taking a swing and going down and not looking with the bat on your shoulders. And hot take, Chiefs really might be the worst team in this division this year.
That is a hot take, but I don't hate that take. I don't hate that. I don't hate that take at all. Also, I really like the Raiders analysis. I think everybody is sleeping on the Raiders. Like you said, playoff team a year ago. They went out and they got Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones. This team is sneaky. Josh McDaniels calling the plays now. I like them better. I like them better than the Broncos. Yep. I might do a little sprinklage here on the Raiders to win this division. There's tons of value on them at plus 700. Everybody's just overlooking them.
Like this segment isn't like who do we think is going to win? No, we're talking just from a betting value standpoint. And a plus 700, there is some juice on these Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, nobody's talking about them, and I think it's time we do.
I like that a lot. I really do. I'm liking where your head's at. I think I mean, preseason is nonsense, but do they play tonight? Let's see. Let's just take a look here. I don't know if they do or they don't. There's a couple games tonight. I think. Let's see. I'm getting the UFC updates right now. That's I'm getting.
The only thing about this division that stinks is they got to play each other 6 times. Like, that's just a brutal 6 games. No matter what team you are, the other team that you're playing twice is ridiculous, and it's gonna, and that's gonna hurt them getting in for a wild card spot when you have teams like the Patriots playing the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice, or teams like in the AFC South. How about the Colts and the Jaguars, or the Colts and the Titans? I got to play the Jaguars and Houston twice. Like, that's going to be.
Watch out for those Jags. I told you.
Watch
out for those Jags. Also, all I'm going to say here is too, the Raiders play tomorrow night. So, I mean, they're in their 3rd preseason game. So tomorrow night, you'll really get a good look at them, see like what they're working with this season. I don't know, man. You've talked me into putting something on the Raiders here, I believe.
Just a little something,
little something. I like where your head's at. All right, let's move into today. Best bets. It is Friday. It's August 19th. It could be today. It could be the weekend. Whatever you're looking at. I'm not doing any preseason football bets. I actually went 3 out of 4 on my preseason football parlay last week. The people who won those t-shirts, I will be contacting you directly after this show. So what is your best bet for today? It's Friday, August 19th.
Best bet today, we're taking the Chicago Cubbies on the money line, get them at plus 122, taking on the Milwaukee Brewers, 220 start, typical Wrigley Classic. We got Aaron Ashby taking on Keegan Thompson. Not a lot of, world-breaking analysis here. Pretty simple. Aaron Ashby, 2-10. The Brewers are 2-10 when he pitches this year, or I should say his record is 2-10. As for Keegan Thompson, his record's 9-5. So guess what? One team wins more when one pitcher is on the mound, and one team loses a lot when one pitcher is on the mound. So very simply, give me the guy who wins more at plus money value, plus 123. Give me the Cubs, and they hit the ball pretty decent amount yesterday. Wilson Contreras in Baltimore beat a pesky Orioles team, so maybe they build off that.
Okay, all right, not bad. We love betting the Cubbies at home.
We love the Cubs at home. Sluggers rock. I wish I was there.
Yeah, Sluggers rocking. I mean, tomorrow's going to be a great day. Do you think they win the World Series, even though they win or lose? Doesn't matter. All right. I'm going to a very boring baseball game with my best bet here. Royals Rays, first 5, under 3.5. Okay. We have 2. There's at minus 122 on FanDuel. I'm going to get to something else at the end of this. We have 2 young studs on the bump tonight. Brady Singer against Shane McClanahan. Sadly, my guy McClanahan can no longer be trusted to hit his over strikeouts because the Rays organization plays math instead of baseball, and they pull him at 85 pitches every time, and they're a disgrace. McClanahan hasn't even been good lately. He's given up 11 runs over his last 3 starts, but I'll expect him to come back to the mean tonight against the Royals offense that is pretty much pitiful. On the other side, Brady Singer has shut down the Dodgers and Yankees twice over his last 4 starts. He shut down the White Sox once. The White Sox got to him once for 4 runs in 6 innings. But I got to tell you something about this Rays offense. It's not the Royals. It's not the White Sox, honestly, this Rays offense. This Rays offense, they have not been good. They have not hit. Their lineup does not scare me at all. I expect both of these boys to shove tonight for the first 5. Under 3.5 is my play here. I got it on FanDuel at minus 122, but I used there's a peer-to-peer betting website called betopenly.com. It's peer-to-peer. They only take 1% juice, which means you're not getting shredded by the books. So I got it at even money on there. So if you want to make a little bit more money, you want to win a little bit more money on your solo bets, go to betopenly.com. My boy Gino over there is doing some awesome things. So I got it at even money over there. It's minus 122 on FanDuel. You choose what the better price is, but that's where I'm going. Also, you need somebody to fill the other side of your bet. So if you are going to make that bet, you need somebody to take the other side or you get the money back. But my bets have been filling more lately than when this first started. They're saving people money. Great stuff over there. So Royals, Rays, first 5, under 3.5. That's where I'm going.
I absolutely love this bet. Like, the more you were telling it to me, the more I was liking it, and the more I'm probably going to throw a little something on it. And the reason I love it is because I believe the over of this game is like 6.5 or 7.5 the entire game. So if you're getting 3.5 for just the first 5 innings, when you have Shane McClanahan, and I've seen what Brady Singer can do because, I'm a Yankee fan and I watch too much Yankees baseball. But like you said, I watch also this Rays offense, not crazy. Royals offense, really, really pretty abysmal if you think about it. So this first 5 under, I mean, this could be, big fan of this bet.
Yeah. And I got more in this game in my parlay. So,
and by the way, how about I just feel like McClanahan, not that he's even pitching horribly lately, but he's not even. It's just Cease and it's Verlander lately in the Cy Young conversation. McClanahan, I feel like just kind of fell off the face of the earth almost.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you stop, when this is because what happens. So Verlander and Cease, their managers let them pitch. So now when they're pitching later in the season, their arms are built up to go deeper into games, and they're not getting tired early. Now McClanahan's starting to get tired because he only throws 85 pitches every game, and it's a long season. He's not built up for this. He's not built up for it, and the Rays don't understand that. They're going, third time around the order. We're gonna pull them because they can't get anybody out. No, you got to let your studs pitch. You don't do that. You deserve every loss you get. I love when they pull him and the bullpen just comes in and gives up 3 runs and they lose the game. That's my favorite thing to watch because it's pitiful disgrace, gets me jacked up every single time. I can't stand it. I'm going to stop there. It's enough. All right. The reason everybody's here, it's Parlay Friday. What do you have for us today, sir?
All right, we're calling this one. It's the Friday Fundamentals Parlay. Get these odds at plus 364. Taking it off with the Cardinals on the money line. Taking on the Diamondbacks tonight. Cardinals on an MLB high 4-game win streak right now. Just scored 13 runs yesterday. Offense is rolling. Defense is rolling. They've given up just 5 runs in their past 3 games. Miles Mikolas on the mound, coming off a great start where he pitched 8 full innings against the Brewers, giving up 4 hits and just 2 runs against the solid Brewers lineup. Cardinals tonight. Book it. Next, Mariners money line taking on the Oakland Athletics. Mariners on a 3-game win streak. Again, offense is hot in their last 3 as they have scored 11, 8, and 6 in their last 3 games. They're 7-3 in their last 10. I know the pitching matchup might favor Oakland, but I don't care. Mariners the better team. I'll take a team any day over another team that has a 17-cent payroll. Lastly, Padres team total over 4.5 taking on the Nationals. Tonight, Padres only scored 1 run last night against Anibal Sanchez. Due for a big night tonight against Paulo Espino, who is just really bad. I mean, 16 home runs given up in 80 innings and a 4.20 ERA. Padres top 5 last night, I believe, was a combined 1 for 15. So they're going to get back on the horse tonight. Scored 10 runs 2 games ago. So I love the Padres and their team total over 5.5 tonight, 4.5 tonight. They're going to hit the baseball.
There you go. All right, it's juicy. Also, last night. Speaking of last night, that game. I just saw I was looking and I saw the odds. I was on Bet Openly again. I know I'm pumping them up today, but I saw the odds. They were plus 330 on there. So I put $10 on it. I got $33 back. It's just
Sweet.
You just got to do stuff. You just got to when you see an underdog like that in baseball, you just put a little bit on it and you get, because underdogs win every night, but tonight's not the night for them. I think Padres are going to pound them tonight.
Even if they win, just got to score 5 runs.
There you go. So now here we go. I'm calling this one the sliced 3 ways parlay plus 798. We are going to start with Royals Rays full game under 6.5. Like I said, McClanahan, Singer, offenses stink. There's no reason not to take this. It's set low for a reason. The reason is because the offenses don't hit and these guys are good. All right, next one, Rockies first 5 money line. Rockies are 6th in runs and 8th in OPS over the last 2 weeks. They have the best home OPS, and they scored the most runs at home in the majors this season. Tonight, they get Alex Wood in Coors Field. Oh, and they also just happen to be the 5th best OPS against lefties on the season. Giants can't hit righties, and the value for this one by itself is tremendous at plus 140. It's a misplaced number. I'm throwing this into the parlay. And then finally, Cardinals team total over 5. Cardinals, first in OPS over the last 2 weeks. 3rd in runs scored over the last 2 weeks. Of course, we know that they hammer lefties. They're top 5 against lefties. They get a lefty with 3 career starts tonight, and I think it's another night where the Cards continue to mash. Also, Goldie returns to Arizona, so expect some more fireworks from him. Team total over 5 is the play. So to recap, Royals Rays under 6.5, Rockies first 5 money line, Cardinals team total over 5. Put it all together, slice 3 ways plus 798.
Woo. I like that. 798. Those are some juice on those odds, man.
A lot of juice there. I mean, we've taken into consideration a lot of things, and one of those things is the juicy odds on this parlay. I'm starting two and three legs. I lost the Yankees. The Yankees just trashed me twice last week on their team total, and the money line. Oh my God, they just haven't been screwed. They're on the no bet list for the foreseeable future.
You were betting their team total when they scored like 4 runs in like 17 games. You're betting their team total over. What are you doing?
Because you would expect them to break out at some point, but they have not.
It's looking like 2023 at this point, but
it's not good. What's that lead at? Let's see what that lead's at now.
9.
All right, it's fine. They're fine. Could be the Mets.
Games left. There's still like 30-something games left, and the way they're playing, if this continues, I mean, just dude, this trade deadline. At some point, it's like you thought you made good moves. At some point, something's got to click. Like Benintendi. By the way, how about Benintendi? He's got 3 games with 3+ strikeouts all year. All 3 on the Yankees. Why wouldn't it be?
I mean, I mean, the Yankees teach you just to hit home runs.
We just preach.
They don't care about approach
and strike out. Like I just don't understand the hitting coach and how he still has a job.
No contact doesn't matter. We want home runs. So that's it. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up now. That's it for today. Anything else? You're not looking at preseason football, right? You got to be real.
I learned my lesson last week. 1 for 3, maybe 0 for 3. I'm never again.
I was 3 for 4. It ended up the line. If the Lions play defense at the end of the game, it's a clean sweep for me.
I had the Lions with you, so that's probably why they lost.
That is why. I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you on that. All right, everybody, don't forget to go to Don't forget to go to itsparlayfriday.com. Grab your Big Risk Energy t-shirts. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. And, as always, have a great weekend. For Anthony Saccone, I'm Steve Armato. If you want to be a man at night, you got to be a man in the morning. We will see you next